Hello, stamping friends. It's Marilyn here with Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada on this Tuesday afternoon. So welcome to everyone who is joining me. Whether you're new, whether you've been with me before, you're always welcome. I love doing this crafting community with all of you and hope you enjoy it as well. So today I am going to make a card with you using the sweet ice cream bundle that is currently available in the mini catalog, and it will be carried over into the new one, which we've heard, so that's a great thing for us. Before I get to that though, I'd like to share a few other things that are happening in the Stampin' Up world. Busy time here. We have this week, we still have the last chance list available. We have a new catalog coming next week on Tuesday, so there'll be lots of things we can share there. So while you're waiting for me to get things checked out here and make sure everything is working, how about you put in the comments what your favorite thing is out of that new catalog? I'm sure you've seen, if you don't have a catalog in your hands and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I can get one to you in Canada. And also, if you haven't seen, if you're on Facebook, obviously you should be, if you're watching me. I'm sure you've seen lots of demonstrations already from product that is in there. And I'd love to hear about it, what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see happen next time maybe. So maybe we can share that with the whole community. So like I say, welcome there. I am going to let you look at my desk for just a minute. There's a couple things on there you can see, and I am going to check that I'm moving in the right place, whatever, and see correctly. Okay, and I can see comments on there. Thank you, ladies. Karen, Diana, welcome. So while that's working, let's go back to my not my face view, show you these things. So reminder as well, this week I do have a paper share happening with this new catalog paper, designer series paper. Registration for that ends on April 30th. I'd love to have you join me there. Also have an in color club, which I will be sharing ribbon, ink, paper, blends, over a 5-month period to try and help you with budgeting there. So that one ends on April 30th as well. I do have some classes scheduled. They're all on Zoom or Facebook or both. Masculine card class on May the 5th. I'm doing a virtual catalog launch with another team member on the 15th. Stamping Staycation coming soon on May 29th, and I have a fancy fold class on June 2nd. So let me know if you're interested in any of those. And as I mentioned, coming soon, Stamping Staycation, Spring 21. This is our 4th one, so we're celebrating our 1st anniversary of doing this. We started, as you might suspect, back when COVID hit, that we needed some way to keep in touch with all of you and to carry on our stamping fun. So those are the events I have to share there. So now let's go down to our desktop and I will bring these up a little bit closer. These are the new in colors. So we have the soft succulent, the evergreen, evening evergreen, fresh freesia, pale papaya, and polished pink. So those are the cardstocks. These are the inks. You can see they are a great combination of all of them together or separately. So looking forward to doing lots of great things with those. Then we get to the card we made last week. If you weren't here with us, you can certainly go back on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel and watch that. And just as I mentioned the YouTube channel and whatever, I really appreciate if you would like to share my videos on the Facebook or on the YouTube channel, just to get my name out there so that we can build this crafting community. So this is a card we made with a retiring set. And each week I do put anyone who comments on my Facebook Lives, put your name in a draw, the random wheel, and draw your name, and I'll send you the card. So this one was, the winner is Judy Starzacker Gwyndon. Judy, I don't have your address, so if you could please message me, I will get that out to you. And then let's move on. Leave me comments if you have questions. And as I said before, I can't read them all as I'm going, but I will certainly go back and read them afterwards and reply to you. And others can reply to you as well. It's a great, like I say, a great crafting community. This is the card that I showcased on my Facebook page yesterday, saying I wanted to make a soft ice cream cone card. So I worked with embossing, heat embossing on vellum. So I'll show you that, and designer paper from the ice cream suite. And the one I'm going to do today is just a little bit different designer paper. So I'll just leave that there. I'll show you these great colors in the designer paper. We have patterns and more paisley plain on the back of them. So this is the one in that card. This is the one I'm going to use today. And some of these can be used just as great backgrounds, not even related to ice cream. And I noticed when I was putting this out last night, looking at it, I only have a few of the colors here because that's all that was in the catalog listed. And I was doing my pages ahead of time. But when I actually got the package of paper, this is the colors that are in there. So you can see there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different colors. So it's easy for you to be able to match your colors to whatever paper you have. So I've got a few sheets of that left, but not a lot. Trying to use my designer paper. So here again is the page it's on in the mini catalog, page 49, 48 and 49. And the suite price, which is a one price item, does not carry over. And I don't have it marked in here. Oh, yes, I do. The bundle is not carrying over as bundle price as well. So this should still be available till the end of May. This catalog goes to the end of May. So if you're interested in that, actually it goes to the end of June. We're in a year of transition with catalogs, and it's really difficult for me to keep that all straight. So those are great. I am going to now show you what I have to work with. So I have my regular 8.5 by 5.5 paper. My first layer of designer paper is going to be my 5.25 by 4. And then I thought, okay, how big a piece do I need for the vellum? Because in that picture that I saw on Facebook, there were no dimensions or anything. So it was a guessing game. So just want to share this with you. I have this on my desk. And if I bring it up that close, you should be able to see I have labels with all the sizes on it. And this is retired cardstock that was just hanging around. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a bundle like this, because then I can, yesterday when I was working with it, I thought, okay, 3 inches is a good size across. What do I need? Well, here's 3 by 4.25. So that's what I made that piece. So if you're interested in that, I can ship you off a list of the sizes that I used and let you, I'm sure you all have cardstock that you could make something like that to use. So I have that cut to that size. I have my vellum square vellum doily, and they come in a package of 24. They're in the catalog. They're carried forward in the catalog. Earlier in the year, I did, can't see that very well. Can maybe on there, except my paper looks blue in the picture, but that is green on white. just grab my silicone sheet to see if it's, well, that's a little better. That looks green there for you. I don't know, again, if it's my lighting that's causing that blue tinge or what the heck it is. So anyway, trust me, that's white behind it. So we'll have that. And oh, I was going to tell you on this, I used Versamark all over it, and then, no, not Versamark. I colored it with green ink and then put clear embossing powder on it. So when I realized that was still in there, I thought, well, I can't use green on this paper. I could have maybe on that one, which is what I did here. And again, just so you can see it, I stamped it with the Old Olive ink and quickly put clear embossing powder on it. I was able to emboss it so it's shiny. So it's just a little bit more definition on that particular card. So what I'd like to do today with different colors, and I do have some other cards from this suite to show you at the end. So hopefully you can stick around, and if not, come back and watch the replay. As far as I know, unless Facebook does weird things, and we all know that changes have been happening. If they change things and someday it's going to be gone, well, I will have it over on YouTube. So I have my regular base. I'm going to put that on there, but not just yet. I'm going to start with my vellum and my embossing. And on this one, I like the putting it corner-wise. This one, because I'm not going to color it, I'm thinking I might just put it the same orientation. So to do my stamping, I am going to use Blackberry Bliss, which is another color that's in that paper. So it will be in just in the very, very tiny, these little flecks that are on here. These things do not have any of the Blackberry Bliss, but we'll try and put something on there. And I'm going to use, whoops, keep getting out of the camera here, use the clear embossing powder on it. So I will get that open and ready, because like I said, I have to do it fairly quickly, and I need a paintbrush in case I make a mess. So I have the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set, and I'm using the Happy Birthday out of there. I really, really like the font and design of that writing, and it just fits on that 3-inch piece of vellum. So I've got it stamped, and I'm just going to put the clear embossing powder on it. Then I'm going to get my heat tool, so it will be a little bit noisy. And our heat tool, if you haven't seen one, oh, mine's kind of dirty, has 2 settings. There's a 1 and a 2 on here. You can see that. The 1 works really well for vellum because we don't want vellum to curl up when we heat it. And I see I've got, oh, look at that. No wonder I have Blackberry Bliss ink on there. Okay, so chat amongst yourselves or write notes or whatever while I quickly, oh, maybe it's not going to be too noisy. And when I go to heat anything for heat embossing, I don't go like this across it. I hold it until I can see it's changing color. I have this piece of cardboard with tin foil on it because I don't want to burn my fingers. And I don't know if you can see, but I can see that it's starting to change. So I will just work my way across. And vellum also is a different material. So I think if we were to use it on the hottest, the higher setting, I might end up burning it, scorching it. I wouldn't say it would catch on fire, but just to be aware of it. So So that is, just waiting. Hi, Judy. I see you're there. Good. Please send me your address. And Diana, yes, I love heat embossing. It was one of the first things that I fell in love with, making cards with my friend Karen 50 some years ago. So there is my embossing done. And I don't think that's going to affect what we're doing. So we'll carry on anyway. My inky fingers. But I will just close that up before I get any farther. So then, what I'm going to need is that. Oh yeah, that'll cover it. I'm not going to put it together yet. When I go to stamp the ice cream cones, because of the way the punch is, I want a strip that I can put in here to punch. So I found that, I believe it was 1.5 inches. It was. Sorry guys, I should have had that ready. So I'm going to make a strip 1.5 inches and punch a number of different colors. So I will have to clean in between. And then for the cone, I'm going to use 2 different browns for that one. So maybe I'll do that one first. I'm going to use the lighter for the background. And not sure how that one fits in the punch because I don't make as many of them as I do of the cones, obviously. And so that one is crumb cake, followed by soft suede. And it's got that little thatching, so it looks like a waffle cone. So that, of course, where did I go with my, oh, if you could only see my table. It is covered with lots of things. We're busy working on staycation, as we mentioned. And I'm working on new catalog things. I'm working on using more retired things. Okay, so where are we? You can see there's always, on the new punches and stamp sets now, there's always a little bit of white around the edge of what you're punching. And I watched a YouTube by a friend out of Saskatchewan yesterday, and she had done a flower arrangement. I don't have the set, cut with a die. And instead of leaving that, she colored the background in a light blue, and it really added to the finished product. It was a great touch that she had. So my card that I made earlier is the lighter shades, but I decided for this one I would use bolder colors. So I have Bermuda Bay, and this particular stamp is made to shade like that. It's not a default in the stamp or anything, just in case you were wondering. And my well-used Simply Chamois is always on my desk. This color is Bumblebee. And then I have Terracotta Tile, which is one of our retiring colors. And I did look on the retiring list this morning and noticed quite a few things are back ordered, low inventory. So if there's anything over there that you were thinking of getting, probably better to do it today instead of tomorrow, kind of thing. So there's my darker shades. Again, that paper had, I forget, what did we count? There was about 20 different colors in it. So if you're trying to match any of the paper, it's not hard at all. You can use your colors to do that. So once I have those, I can just put it in the punch this way and punch out my little ice cream cones. Try not to pinch my hand in the back of the punch. I did that the other day and oh, it was very painful. So take it from me, you don't want to do that. See what I mean by that? If I stick my hand in there. So any of these punches that are two images like that, it's always good to figure out which way you should punch them. So yeah, yes, Karen, good thing we learned. Hopefully we remember. That's the learning is okay, but remembering next time was, what did I do? What did I do? So what I did for this, because my vellum is see-through, I didn't know where to put my adhesive on the back. So I built my cone. Whoops, let me not paying attention to what you're seeing. I built my cone, attached it to the vellum square, attached it to the vellum, and then I knew where I could put the adhesive on the back side. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to, I have no idea what color I want where, but I think those are, should work. So all I did was a little bit of adhesive along here and not really worrying, is it straight, is it true, because ice cream cones, as you know, is great. Sometimes topple over, can be crooked, and maybe start out straight but don't end up straight, which quite often, especially if you're in the car with kids or yourself even. Okay, so there's my cone. Then I did want it raised to give it some dimension. So the Stampin' Dimensionals, which I always use the outside edges. I hope you guys do too, because they're still sticky. You would not want to waste them if you don't have to. So cut all those edges, and I can, oops, leave that over there so I don't get glue where I don't want it. Isn't that gorgeous paper? A shame to glue it down, but we have more. So that should give me my equal border all the way around. This is going to go here. And you can see on this one, again, against my accounting brain, I did mount it a little bit at an angle because I keep blaming my accounting brain. Everything's got to be straight and true and whatever. So this one I am going to mount straight, and I'm going to mount this on the top of it. So to begin with, I will put this down on here, and I'm just going to dab a little bit of glue to have it stick. Whoops. When you get these, I just noticed I glued a piece that should have been taken out. These vellum squares do have pieces to punch out. I don't know if you can see them on here, but I can see that those should have been punched out. There's one that I put down already. So I just want a little bit of glue to hold that on here, and mainly keeping it, well, I'm going to move it up just a little bit because my cone comes over the top of it. Then I'm going to peel my dimensionals. Jerry, feel a trip to Jack's Drive-In is now required. Yes, I was thinking, even though it looks cold out today and they're forecasting snow for maybe later tonight, that won't stay, I'm sure. It is becoming ice cream weather, so you're right. Jack's Drive-In, Dairy Queen, we have them both here in Spruce Grove. So there is my ice cream cone with the softness at the back, so my soft ice cream cone. And then I need to put it on here. So because I've got the layers done, and you can see where this is not going to show, I can now put my adhesive back here. And place it on my card. Again, as I've mentioned in other times, I like to do my burnishing from the back, obviously because I have ink on my fingers, but also because it's not rubbing ink or anything there. So it is curled up a little bit. If that bothers you, a tiny glue dot. They're not very big and they're easy to just tuck underneath and probably won't be seen, like that. And really, whoever gets this card as a gift will be looking at the ice cream cone, not down here. So I think that works out well. Hopefully you can see it. And that is the card I had for you today. So I'd love to see samples if you're going to make anything with that set, like that set, whatever. Please post them on below this video. And we'll share and share and share. Oh, look at, I did not put the little sprinkles on it. My granddaughter would really be giving me grief. So all I did for that is used little daubs of the liquid glue. Then the tricky part came as to opening this and hopefully not dumping it, and using my take your pick tool with a little bit of adhesive on it, and really just picking whatever one I got so that I could put it on those glue dots. And I know, wow, okay, that one flipped over, so definitely will be sitting around till it dries. The grandkids love sprinkle donuts, so I'm sure they would love this kind of sprinkle ice cream as well. Let's see if I can find, looks like, oh, there's a purple one. Definitely get lots of sprinkles in here if this is all you're going to use them for, but if you were to make a shaker card, you could use quite a few more, of course. Put the lid back on that before I dump it. So yeah, you could put more down. I have a card here that I'll show you with a few more on it. So there is the card we made today, which I will send to one of you. Thank you for making your comments. And I'll just share a few others with that set. These are note cards that Lillian shared with me. It really bothers me, that blue color. Maybe it is something to do with the lights. I'll have to check that. And she used the cone punch on the paper and made a hat out of it, a birthday hat. There's also in that stamp set a creamsicle, both parts, and that's what she used there, and also in this one. So thank you, Lillian, for those. This one came to me from Carmen in a card swap, and she has added the sprinkles and a stamp with sprinkles. That's in that set as well. This looks like raindrops or dripping ice cream. I've seen it done as dripping ice cream. This would be sprinkles, a different kind. So this is more of the designer paper and a square card, which is great. Here's another one with the sprinkles stamped on with the vellum behind, so kind of a soft ice cream one, and a different embossing folder at the back instead of designer paper. So that one was from Marie in a swap. This is one I made in our card club, our monthly card club, just using the glimmer paper that is sparkle glimmer paper. So you don't need to do any stamping or cleaning, in between or whatever. And then this one is one I had made on January 26th. I did a video showing how to make this card. If you want to look at it, it's still there. And I had to go back to it, honestly, to find the measurements for this. But I used both of those cards that I had made, and I wanted to show you what a neat card this is. Whoops, can you see it? Look at how it folds out. Just totally. And the kids that I have sent it to, the little ones, really, really thought that was kind of special to have kind of a pop-out card like that. So that is what I had for you today. Like I said, lots of deadlines happening. If you're on my newsletter list, you would have got a list today of some deadlines. Let me just come back here to talk to you here. So please adhere to those. Some of them are Stampin' Up deadlines, some of them are mine, but I have to get paper ordered and whatever for the paper share and the In Color Club. So do need to look after those, and hopefully you're having a good week. Do some crafting, do some creating, share with us, and I will see you back here next Tuesday, barring any